As I'm sifting through old photos and letters, reliving conversations and special times together with Chris and Garth, I'm thinking right now that Garth is up there talking to St. Peter, giving him advice on how to improve those pearly gates, as he is slyly sneaking in his bottle of brandy, which he is intending on sharing with Chris. How do I summarize what Garth has meant to me? 2014 marks the 25th anniversary of our long and unlikely friendship. We met in Seattle in the A section of a travel bookstore. Chris and Garth were looking for a book on Alaska, and I was looking for a book on Australia. The next thing I knew, I had their address penciled in the back of my Lonely Planet guidebook. There were many reasons our friendship was unlikely. First of all, we lived half a world apart. I'm nearly half his age, and our politics, well, they're not the same. Even still, we accepted and loved each other, warts and all. I'm reminded of these words by George Eliot. A friend is one to whom one may pour out all the contents of one's heart, chaff and grain together, knowing that the gentlest of hands will take and sift it, keep what is worth keeping, and with the breath of kindness blow the rest away. I have never met another person that has reached out to complete strangers as frequently and as generously as Garth has. He took great pride and satisfaction in helping others, especially young people, reach their potential. It was almost an accident that I came to Ballina in the fall of 1989. I was going to Australia to hang out with a friend in Melbourne, but as we all know, life is full of surprises. Soon I found myself on a northbound bus doing the backpacker thing. I saw Chris and Garth's phone number penciled in on the back cover of my guidebook and remembered my promise to call if I was in the area. "Hi, remember me, that girl from the bookstore in Seattle?" Garth commanded, "Get off the bus, I'm coming to get you." They put me up in their little guest house. The first night I lay awake, wondering if the two giant huntsman spiders on the wall were going to cuddle up with me once I fell asleep. I awoke to the song of kookaburras outside the window. I thought I was in heaven. From that day forward, my education on birds had begun. Garth liked to be center stage. He liked to recount his adventures and lessons learned. He had a captive audience in me. He showed me what true devotion to one's spouse means. He taught me how to cut an avocado, clean prawns, that bananas grew upside down, what pips were and how to make them squirt, how to fish in the ocean from the beach, how to keep from eating flies in the outback. He taught me useful expressions like bloody hell and I'm full up to Dolly's wax. I could never say no to Garth. In 1995, he called me on the phone and enthusiastically asked me to join him and a biologist couple, Hank and Sue Bauer, to do a wildlife project on a deserted island called Cat Island off the coast of Tasmania for a month. It was full of poisonous snakes, tiger snakes, spiders, Portuguese man of war in the water, not really my idea of a vacation. I was all set to tell him all the good reasons why I would not be able to go, but all I could say when he called me back was, "Sure, I'll go." Garth and I had daily cribbage matches. USA versus Australia. I won nearly every game. He called me a witch, as it defied luck that I should win so many games in a row. Just when he was winning his first game, a big tiger snake came slithering over the barrier in the doorway. Garth took the cribbage board and threw it at the snake, scattering all the pieces but missing the snake. We got the snake to leave eventually, but it made him all the more sure that I truly must be a witch. The experience on Cat Island opened my mind and heart to life's possibilities. Just say yes and leave fears and worries behind. About 7 years ago, my husband Drew and I made the decision to spend his sabbatical in Australia so we could be closer to Chris and Garth. We knew Chris's health was failing and that Garth would be having a hard time of it. Though he was physically becoming more limited, he never felt sorry for himself and took great vicarious pleasure in watching others' joys. He decided I should try hang gliding and presented me with a flight as a gift. He took us on a hot air balloon ride soon after. Our basket even hit the top of a tree. It had been exciting. He loved to sail and he loved to fly. Over the years, he has shown me great compassion and understanding when I needed it most. He somehow knew when I needed a kick in the pants versus when I needed a hug. He expressed his feelings and observations so gracefully, both verbally and on paper. He was passionate about restoring his own piece of rainforest. He taught me the right way to plant trees. A friend involved with one of his projects revealed that behind his back, the planting crew was calling him Forrest Grump. That cracked me up. He was a guy who knew what he wanted in life and got results. In 2010, we took a whale watching trip to Baja, Mexico. I was about 2 decades younger than the next youngest person in the group, and I could tell that there was much curiosity and speculation about what this younger American woman was doing with that elderly Australian gentleman. Clearly, they thought he was my sugar daddy. I told him, "You know what they're thinking." He was totally shocked, and I could tell he also thought it was pretty cool that they thought he still had it in him. Over the years, I taught him how to polka dance, to email, served as his personal travel companion and nurse on trips, dressed his bloody knees when he took falls, hoisted him into vans in Mexico on my own when 4 guys couldn't do the job, and helped him in and out of dinghies on various continents. Garth both loved me and possibly even feared me at times. I let him know when he was misbehaving. He knew he couldn't get away with anything. He loved a good argument and told me so often. In his later years, he revealed more of his soft, vulnerable underbelly and talked about his experiences in the war, growing up as the black sheep son of a politician, his regrets. He was forever the teacher, the wise old sage. Unbeknownst to either of us, we had both saved all of each other's letters. One day, about a year ago, I received a package. A huge box of letters and a large binder with all the emails I had sent him printed out. He realized that we each had in our possession a precious journal of the other's life. So, I would like to raise a toast to Garth for a life well lived. Love, Michelle.